What's up, Desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and today I'm privileged to be joined by two-time Classic Physique Mr Olympia, Breon Ansley. Breon, welcome to Desktop Bodybuilding.
Hey, brother, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and thank you for having me. It's a great time of the year. We're getting geared up for the Olympia, and the excitement is building. So I appreciate you, appreciate your audience for appreciating us and loving bodybuilding.
Well, man, I actually met you, it was a few years ago after you won the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio, which was, I don't know if it was the first one or the second Arnold Classic in the Classic they actually had. And you came out to Perth, Australia. And one thing that actually stood out to me, and it's happened with a few guys like Flex Lewis, Brandon Curry, and a few other really nice guys in the sport. But you gave me probably 20 minutes, maybe more of your time. And you just chatted to me and my partner at the time. And you were so gracious. You weren't like in a rush to get away. You were asking me about me competing. And that was something that really stood out to me in my mind, at least anyway. And it seems like a lot of these top guys, the guys that are really successful, seem to be like that. Is that something you, I suppose, pride yourself on?
Absolutely. I pride myself on that. You know, I don't have to be in the position that I'm in, and nobody does. And everything is always earned, and everything, you always have to be gracious. You always have to be appreciative and humble with any type of success, or else you will quickly, you'll quickly be humbled. But I just get it from my parents also, and just to stay that way. They keep me in check. Girlfriend keeps me in check, and that helps me keep myself in check. So, and it's much easier too. I feel like you can't go to bed with both eyes closed. You know what I mean? If you're a tough guy, or if you're not a nice guy at heart. So I try to stay stress-free and anxiety-free.
Yeah, that's smart. And I feel like a lot of the successful bodybuilders are actually a lot like that. But let's go back and discuss now. The 2019 Olympia was obviously when you lost that Olympia to Chris Bumstead after you'd won it 2 consecutive times. Now, I've got to imagine, like, a lot of people would say, oh, you'd be happy to be number 2 in the world or whatever. But after winning, I imagine it's pretty hard to actually lose that title. How much of a, I suppose, toll did that take on you mentally?
Oh, it's been a huge blow. It's been a huge blow because I thought I won, right? I was confident that I won, and I was confident that that was going to be the 3rd title for me, and it didn't happen. So you're really taken back, and you really feel like something is just stripped from you that you worked so hard for. So mentally, it's been tough. But I'm a strong individual, and I have strong will. So I just was able to channel it and say, hey, this is a learning experience for me. This is something to where I can extend myself to my supporters and my followers, and show them now what resilience is all about, right? Show them now what perseverance is all about, showing them now retuning the mind, or retuning your whole mindset to now go after something when you've been kicked down. I mean, and that's what we all know. That's what it's all about. And that's what character is all about. That's what actually being a true champ is all about. So I'm really taking this opportunity, and most definitely training my ass off hard as hell, focus like crazy to regain it back, especially because, I don't think that I personally was outdone and lost it. Even though Chris is a great competitor, he's a great champion. He has a great physique. I just think I just in my heart feel mine is better.
Yeah, for sure. Did you speak to the judges after that Olympia?
I did not. No, I did not. After the Olympia, I was a little too upset. I didn't want to see it. I probably didn't want to. I know them all, and they're all great people, and they're all honest. Judging, the judging is honest, and the judging is true, and the judging is very professional. But at the time, I was very upset and very emotional, so I didn't want to see any judges.
For sure. And at that Olympia as well, I was actually sick at the time, so I didn't have the chance to actually report on it. But I did see your physique, and I was like, Breon's at his best ever. It was clear that you were your best ever. And I've never seen an Olympia champion bring their best and actually lose their title. So for me, I assumed you were going to win. And when they announced Chris Bumstead, I was actually in shock because you were your best. Did that hurt, being your best and still losing the title?
Absolutely. But I was at my best last year up to that point, but I know in my heart that I could be better still.
Awesome.
I could have been better. I could have been 10 times better, but I know that. So, you know, that gave me encouragement, and that gave me the right amount of focus and the right amount of just grit to get back to the lab and get back to work that I needed to know that I can be better and that I could do what it takes to regain the title again.
Yeah, for sure. And you're looking phenomenal at the moment. So we're going on your Instagram right now, and you really look like a guy that's, you know, could be a 212 bodybuilder. And there's a lot of rumors going around about that. Did you actually consider moving to the 212?
Well, I didn't say anything about moving to the 212, you know, on record or in public. But what I have said was that we will probably look to another challenge, you know, if Classic Physique does not increase the weight limit, because I think I'm right at the cap, and I've been right at the cap for 3 years now. So, you know, that's what this is about, to challenge ourselves, always to grow, always to improve. And as far as muscle is concerned, I know that I can do that. And as far as density is concerned, I know that I still have more room to do that. And then if you have to come down to the same weight, you know, year after year, that's very hard to do that. So we will see about another challenge if the Classic Physique, the division does not increase the weight with the weight cap.
Yep. At some stage, you went out to Oxygen Gym and trained there for a little bit. Is that something you'd do if you did move up a division?
Quite possibly. I'm still friends with Bader, and quite possibly, man. I'm still, Brandon Curry was my roommate. We had a great time. You know, we kept each other focused, and Rolly is out there. I'm great friends with Rolly. So, and Chris goes out there. Chris Cormier goes out there too and holds his camps. So there's a good core group out there, and there's great support out there. So quite frankly, I was able to focus really nicely. And that was and when I was out there, that was the last time I won it. So there might be something to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Is Chris Cormier working with you again this prep?
Yes, he is. We've been working a little bit more so digitally up to this point, but then we'll be in face-to-face probably around Thanksgiving. So it'll be a little bit shorter this year because of COVID and because of he's in New York actually training Juan Morel. So
yeah,
but we'll put the finishing touches on like we need to later on this month.
For sure. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about Chris Bumstead, because there's been this controversy about you coming out and saying that, you know, like a Mr. Olympia should be complete in any division. And Chris Bumstead is, you know, he's got the knocks where his, you know, arms maybe or his back aren't quite up to, you know, I suppose the rest of his physique. Now, he's come back and said, you know, certain things as well. Where do you sit now on the whole Chris Bumstead versus Breon Ansley situation?
Well, I'll just first of all say, let me start off by saying that Chris is the champion. He won it. He beat me by the point. And, you know, he's a great champion. So for the year. But you just said it yourself. You said back, you said biceps, and you said there was some incompleteness there, you know. And I feel that you know, that I don't really care what other poses you bring to the table and how much wow factor they have. You know, I think you need to be complete in every single pose from head to toe, every single pose, in every and developed with everybody, and developed and refined with every single body part to be called definitely a Mr. Olympia. But nevertheless, he has those wow factors that he brings to the table as far as his muscles and what he has, what he does have greatly developed, and he was able to pull off the win with those poses and with the development that he does have. So hats off to him. But I just know that, and I feel it in my heart that I'm just a lot more complete and a lot more refined from head to toe.
Yep. Have you been through and actually looked at pose for pose, you versus him? And have you found any poses where he actually beats you?
Yeah, I think he has a great ab and thigh. I think he has a great ab and thigh pose, and I think it's close with the side chest pose.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. He has a great ab and thigh. He possibly I think he possibly could have edged me out on the ab and thigh. And like I said, he has a great side chest pose. So those are the two that I think were the closest, and those are the two he really gave me a run for my money. And possibly the judges felt that he scored that he edged me out in those poses.
Yeah.
So.
Now, obviously, last year's Olympia was incredibly close, and people go, "Oh, now they've decided what way they want to go with Classic Physique." But in reality, there's still almost half the judges had you winning by the scorecard. So I don't think they've really decided one way or another. What do you say to people that say they've decided what direction they're going and when they've chosen Chris Bumstead?
I think that's just that they're just expressing their own, you know, what they want to see as far as Classic Physique, what they think the Classic Physique that you know represents for them, what they particularly like, you know, what they're fans of. I think they like a certain structure or they like a certain look, but it like you said, it's clear that it's not going in any particular direction, in the particular Chris Bumstead direction, because also, you know, you got Alex Cambronero and Terrence Ruffin that are shorter classic bodybuilders that just were 1 and 2 at the Arnold early this year. So
yeah,
there you have it. You know,
yeah. Most of the top guys are shorter. When you really break it down and look at it, most of the top guys are, you know, your height or around there. You know, so
you said when you break it down and look at it, most of the top guys are what?
Shorter bodybuilders in general. Like there's you've got very few. You got Chris Bumstead and you got a few other tall guys, but really most of them are your height, like Alex Cambronero, like you said, Terrence Ruffin, all around that probably 5'6" sort of mark.
Yeah. And I think just for bodybuilding and for just the 3D look and for the roundness and the completeness of of every muscle from head to toe and where it inserts and how it connects with the next. That height is kind of like the sweet spot, or maybe like a 5'5", 5'6", 5'7" to 5'8" ish. You know, that might be the sweet spot of you know, developing everything and having everything 3D and round and dense and connect with one muscle to the next in a complete fashion and in a and you know, with enough muscle and with enough shape and look to be a champion and to win shows.
Yep. So what are we going to see in 2020 on Breon Ansley's physique? What's going to be different about the 2020 version?
I think I'm going to be even more conditioned and more shredded than last year. I'm pretty sure of that because at this point, I'm more conditioned at this particular weight than I was last year. So if I have to lose, I still have to lose another 18, 19 pounds. And I'm already have some feathering in my glutes. I've already got feathering in places, you know, that I did not have at this point last year. And you're also going to see a different posing. You're also going to see a lot better posing and a lot more demonstrative posing from me, you know, with some different shots, holding different angles. So it's going to be fun.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it. Now I've got to get an open Mr. Olympia prediction from you because there's Brandon Curry, there's Phil Heath, there's William Bonac, a whole bunch of really good guys that could potentially win the open Mr. Olympia. Who do you have winning?
Woo! Man, you're going to do that to me and put me on the spot. I tell you what, man, you know, Brandon Curry, I know he's a dog and I know he's going after it. And I know he won't let anybody just come and knock him out like that. But, you know, Phil is also the 7-time champ and Phil's physique when he's on and when he's tight and when he's confident up there, it's hard to beat him. It is hard to beat him. But then you have William, who's always sharp. You have Dexter, who's always sharp. You have Rowley, who beat all those guys in Australia in 2017. So I think it's going to be a dogfight and it's going to be a shootout. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. But if you're going to ask me to pick a winner, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'll probably be able to pick your top 5 or 6, but a winner can't do it. I'm just excited to see it all unfold.
Yeah. And so much comes down to have these guys come in as well. Obviously, like yourself and like Chris as well in the Classic. And man, I cannot wait to see this battle between yourself and Chris Bumstead at the Classic Physique Olympia in 2020. It's going to be obviously one for the ages. We don't know if there's going to be crowds. We don't know, what the situation's exactly going to be, but it's happening in 7.5 weeks, 1 week prior to Christmas. There's going to be a webcast, and hopefully around that Olympia as well, we can tee up maybe a couple of minute interview or something just as a quick preview a few days out or something if you're keen for that.
Yeah, I'd love to be back, and I'd love to talk to you guys as the hype is even more pressure packed, and talk to you guys and talk to you about where the mind is at and what's going on in the time being. So yeah, it's almost here.
Is there any sponsors or anyone you want to thank in particular?
Absolutely. All my sponsors, I'll thank HD Muscle. I will thank Trifecta. I will thank Vanquish Fitness, and I'll thank Nirvana CBD for keeping me intact and keeping me primed and staying ready and being able to be at my best. Thank all of them.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Breon, for coming on Desktop Bodybuilding. I think people will love this interview, and make sure you follow Breon on social media. I believe it's at Breon MA_. Is that it?
That's it, brother.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Breon Ansley. That's Breon Ansley, 2 times Classic Physique Olympia champion, also Arnold Classic Physique champion. Make sure you follow your social media and tune into that. So for Xavier Wills and Breon Ansley, we are out. So that's it for my interview with Breon Ansley, 2-time Classic Physique Mr Olympia. And let me know what you think in the comments. Will Breon Ansley come back, regain his title and win his 3rd Classic Physique Olympia? Or do you think Chris Bumstead will come in, win his 2nd title and tie Breon Ansley? Let me know what you think on that in the comments, and let me know what you think about the entire interview as well and everything that Breon Ansley had to say. Also, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell button, because I've got an interview coming up with a star of the 212 division as it leads up to the Mr Olympia, and I've got a whole bunch more interviews and Mr Olympia coverage coming at you guys as well, so make sure you do subscribe. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that like button. Also, if you did want to support the channel a little bit more and get some amazing supplements while you're at it, head to hostile.com, HOSSTILE.com. Got some amazing apparel, which I am repping right now, the cap and the shirt. Next level comfortable, amazing stuff. And just check their supplements, nutritional panels out on there. That's all you need to look at to know how good these products really, really are. And that's it for another video with myself, Xavier Wills. For Breon Ansley, we are out.